Hi everyone, I wanted to share this book with you, The House That Jane Built by Tanya Lee Stone. But before I do, I wanted to ask you a question. Has somebody ever done something nice for you? Or have you ever done something nice for someone? I'm pretty sure the answer is yes. As humans, we are always doing something nice or we always want to help others out, right? This story, The Life About Jane Addams, is a story about a little girl who, at a very young age, notices that other people are not as privileged as she is. Now, Jane grows up in an era where girls don't usually go to college, but her father always believed that women should be educated. And so Jane spends a lot of her younger years reading a lot of books from her dad's library. Later on, after college, when she's an adult and her father passes away, Jane decides to travel to Europe. And in Europe, she sees many beautiful places, but at the same time, she also sees some people begging a vendor card salesman for rotten food. And she asks herself, who would buy rotten food? And the reason people are buying rotten food is because that's all that they can afford. So some of these thoughts come back to her, like when she was a little girl, and she questions herself, so what can she do to help these people out? And so later on, she's in Europe and she goes and visits this settlement home called Toynbee Hall. And she's intrigued by the way wealthy people and poor people live in the same area and they help each other out. So during this time in 1889, when Jane lives in Chicago, there is over 1 million people living in Chicago. And most of them are immigrants and they don't speak the English language. So, for this reason, they have a hard time getting jobs and they need a lot of help. So, Jane wants to build a settlement home just like the one in her community, just like the one she saw in Europe. So, do you think that she's going to accomplish her goal? Pick this book up and The House That Jane Built and see if Jane is able to accomplish her goal about building this settlement house. And once you start reading this book, you're not going to want to put it down. You'll also become fascinated with the idea of helping others. So, what are some of the things that you can do in your community to help others? Go to your nearest library and pick up this book today.